Yes.
Yes. Celebration, Anderson 220. Is that?
Yes. Yes.
You want to say? Okay.
As many of you know, Anderson Township is celebrating its 225th anniversary this year. Part of our celebration involves our Memorial Day ceremony, which will be held at the Veterans Memorial on the South Plaza on Memorial Day. We ask that people arrive by 11:45 to provide the names of loved ones they would like for us to read during the ceremony. The ceremony starts at noon, and it kind of celebrates the heritage of the township and all those who've served and continue to serve our country. So we invite you to participate in that ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you.
All right. Now we have some young ladies here to do the pledge. You guys want to stand up? Just come up to the microphone there.
What Daisy troop is this? Do you have an... There we go. Long number.
All right. You guys can start whenever you'd like, okay?
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Nicely done, girls. Wow, that was a very rousing Pledge of Allegiance. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'll move to adopt the agenda.
Second. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Tonight we have a public hearing for the Anderson Trails and Walkway Plan. Paul, would you like to open us up?
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight we have a public hearing for the adoption consideration of the Anderson Trails update. It's the Anderson Township Trails and Walkways Plan update from 2013. The applicant, of course, is the township, the Board of Township Trustees. In the case history, adoption of the plan was initiated by this board on April the 5th in 2018. The Zoning Commission most recently heard this on April the 16th, and they did recommend approval to this board. The next step, if the trustees do adopt this board, would be to a review through the Hamilton County Regional Planning Commission, and that would take place next in July for their consideration. The first plan was adopted in 1999. That was the very first plan. Subsequently, almost every 5 years, this plan has been reconsidered and re-looked at to consider different options for the township. The plan was initially established with a ranking system to prioritize the trails and walkways through the township and the points of destinations that they connect. So number of households connecting to points of interest such as schools, churches, and commercial establishments. The Transportation Advisory Committee is the township's committee that has spearheaded this update, as with past updates, with the participation of staff. Tom Caruso and Brad Bowers have been the staff lead in this program, and this process has been pretty much led in-house. The goals of the plan remain the same: integration of walkways into all planning as the township evolves, development of a plan for ongoing funding of this type of infrastructure and improvement, and then creation of public recognition of the benefit and support of funding methods which may be developed. Again, as stated, the Transportation Advisory Committee started this update process in 2017, in early 2017. A subcommittee of TAC met more frequently to go over recommendations from the public. We solicited input through social media, through the Forest Hills Journal, formerly Forest Hills Journal, the Eastside Press, through our website. We also held an open house in February 22nd, 2018, and the subcommittee of TAC put together this plan with these recommendations. The Sidewalk segments are ranked based on priority, and this is based off of the equation and the formula that was established in the early, the early Anderson Trails and Walkways plans. So the high priority segments do not include sidewalks that are currently engineered, undergoing construction, or planned for construction, which includes Markley Road and Pattison Road. And Pattison we'll talk more later in the meeting. But the top priority this year with this update is Witt Road, which received the highest priority. The second highest priority was Lawyer Road from Concord Green to Hunley. While it didn't receive the highest benefit factor, there was a quirk in the equation that when we extended the sidewalk recommendation, it actually lowered the benefit factor, but it connected more houses. So TAC and staff feel that Lawyer Road connection is still a second ranking, and then you can see Forest Road, 2 segments on Forest as well as Bernie Lane, and then the moderate priority. This is a map of the top priority areas for sidewalk connections, just to give you a sense of where the sidewalks fall. And then this was also a ranking. This plan not only includes sidewalks, but it also includes our shoulders. And the shoulders are areas where a county road may be widened, where a sidewalk necessarily isn't feasible, but it may be more accommodating if the shoulder is widened. These are more of your less dense areas, and they can make valuable connections to the sidewalks through a less dense area at a more feasible way. So with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions. I know it went fairly fast, but there's a fairly lengthy agenda, so I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have specifically.
Anyone?
No?
No.
Okay, it's a public forum, so if anybody would like, or public hearing, I should say, if anyone would like to make comments for, against, we welcome them now. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing.
Without further comment, there is a resolution for your consideration.
Okay. I move to adopt a resolution approving the 2018 Anderson Township Trails and Walkways Plan update.
Second.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very good work.
Thank you.
This is great. Thank you to the Transportation Advisory Committee and all the members for being part of this.
Tom's not here.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, there was a lot of work that went in. I was on that committee, and actually there was a lot of work that went into it, and very nice process and very well thought out, so thank you.
Yeah. The walkability in this township has dramatically increased in the last few years. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go too far, Paul. We have some recognitions, presentations. Start with the Great Tree Awards.
Thank you. So 3 years ago, the Street Tree Committee started a program called the Great Tree Awards. This program was established to give recognition and to gain attention, or to bring attention to significant and great trees in the township. The committee felt that these trees are all around us. People see them every day, but they take them for granted. And this was an effort to bring attention to these trees, the benefits that trees do for the township, and also give recognition to the property owners where these trees are. And those property owners take care of these trees for us. And so there are 3 categories this year, and we have little awards for them. So Mr. Pappas, will you help do the honors as a liaison for the Street Tree Committee, if you will hand the awards out?
Yeah, but you're dressed for it. So what?
So the first category is a shade tree. A shade tree is a rather large tree. This one specifically is called the European Beech Tree. It's located at 6781 High Meadows Drive, and the owner is James Andrews, which I believe may be here. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I grew up in that house, and I was born in '56. I would think it was probably planted in the '60s or '70s, possibly. Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you.
The second category is an ornamental tree. Of course, this is a much smaller tree, but it serves a purpose, obviously, in areas where a large tree, there's not enough room. This specific tree is called a red horse chestnut. It is located at 7365 Lawyer Road. The owners are Richard Bailey and Ruth Grant. They called and gave their regrets of not being able to attend the meeting. They were really wanting to be here, and they were very happy and excited to receive the award.
Thank you.
Good for them.
And then the third category is an evergreen tree. This particular tree is called a Weeping Eastern White Pine, and it is located at 406 Sunny Acres Drive. The owner of this property is Michael Roberts, and I believe Mr. Roberts is here.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with it.
You just, I'm sure at some point you wanted it, right?
Yeah, right.
So I want to say congratulations to all the winners. Thank you again, trustees, for being so supportive of our tree committee and the good work that they do.
That's great.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Paul.
Make sure those signs go right in your
That's
front
right.
yard.
Have to display your signs.
Unless it's against your homeowners association. Okay, we have a proclamation, resolution, I guess, designating May as Bike Month in Anderson Township.
Thank you. On the heels of the adoption of our Trails and Walkways Plan, it is very clear that this community is very supportive of active transportation and is supportive of our sidewalks and also supportive of our bike trails. So there's a resolution, a proclamation for your consideration designating May 2018 as Bike Month in Anderson Township. The intent of this is to draw attention again to the importance of the trails in the township, the importance of bicycle enjoyment from not only adults but from children. Our very own Tom Caruso is chair of Tri-State Trails, and Mr. Wade Johnson is also in the audience, who's part of Tri-State Trails. Not only do we encourage it through our Trails Plan, with our History to Schools program, a new component of that program is bicycle safety. So now all of the second graders in the township that come through the History to School program get an opportunity to learn to ride a bike and learn about bicycle safety. Our connection of our regional trails, the Little Miami Trail, the 5 Mile Trail, and the Ohio River Trail. And not only those trails, but also new businesses come in. We've implemented zoning regulations to require bicycle racks and small things like that to make sure that our streets are complete streets that accommodate pedestrians, cyclists, and automobiles. So with that being said, I encourage you to adopt the resolution.
I move to adopt the resolution designating May 2018 as Bike Month in Anderson Township.
Second. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Every meeting, we set aside some time for public forum. If anyone would like to come up and address this board, please do so now. Please state your name, address, and limit comments to 3 minutes. The floor is for anyone who would like to come up.
I'll come up. My name's Wade Johnston. I'm the director of Tri-State Trails, and I don't live in the township, but live right down the street in Mount Washington.
We'll let you speak.
just wanted to say thank you for proclaiming that May is Bike Month in Anderson Township, and thank you to the trustees and the administration in Anderson for being a leader in our region in developing trails, sidewalks. The way you guys have used funding has been an example that we've been able to point to all around Southwest Ohio and even other parts of our region, Northern Kentucky and Southeast Indiana, as the way that you can get things done and leverage local dollars to get some trail miles built. So I'm really looking forward to the bridge at the bottom of Beechmont Hill that's right by my house, and I'm excited that Mount Washington and Anderson will be connected to the Little Miami Trail. So thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't. I rode today, but I've got to go. I've got another meeting this afternoon, and tomorrow is actually National Bike to Work Day. So there's a fun event happening on the Purple People Bridge.
It's National Bike to Work Day tomorrow.
Yes.
Will you be riding your bike to work?
Yes,
I'm riding tomorrow. I'm riding my
Dig out
bike.
my bike, it's somewhere, and I will dust it off and see if I can fit on it still.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Wade.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, with that, we'll close public comments. Trustee comments. Anyone? Andrew, Dee?
I was just going to comment, it was last week, Friday, it was a short meeting with the two members of the school board, and we were discussing some collaboration potential. We do have, they have some issues that they're trying to work out regarding their buses, and with staff's input, we've been discussing, as you guys know, but it was nice to see them reach out to us on a formal basis, and we had a good meeting, and hopefully we can assist them, if possible, with trying to rectify if they have any problems. We offered them some land that we have, and we'll see if it comes to fruition. But it's just nice to see we talk collaboration a lot, but it's nice to actually see it coming to fruition. I hope that trend continues, and we work both with the school board and the parks to further the township. So it's just nice to have.
Good.
Thank you. I'm good.
To dovetail off that, we also had our quarterly, I guess is about on average how we do this, but we do meet with the school district and park district. A board member from each and the top administrators from each meet, and we do talk about what's going on in each entity. So yes, collaboration is alive and well in Anderson Township. With that, Ken, you're up.
Thank you. Our financial reports after 4 months, which is approximately 33% of the year, indicate that our expenditures are only at 26% and our revenues are at 46%. Now, we know that there's peaks and valleys, but as of right now, that's a nice looking number for both of them, and that will change a little bit, but hopefully when we get to the end of the year, we'll do our usual 5% or less in expenditures and maybe 5% or more in revenues. So it's looking like it does most years. We have no appropriation changes. We are scheduled for a 2-year audit, which could be our fiscal years 2016 and 2017. We're due this year. Usually, we are working on that in May and June. This year, the state auditor is conducting that audit of ours, and they're a little bit behind because of some CAFR reports that they're looking at for other jurisdictions. So they're telling us right now that we will be maybe toward the end of June or the beginning of July. We are going to approach them and just say, we had an audit firm, Plattenberg, over the years that does some of our financial reports, whether the state is involved or not. Asked them if that might be a possibility to get this done a little bit sooner. My thoughts are they're not going to do that. They like to get in here every 5 audits or every 4 audits and just take a look. So, but we will check that out. And of course, our vacation schedules with our staff, including the administrator staff, are in play. And I think what we're going to do is say we'll do the best we can to accommodate you, but then you have to do the best you can to accommodate us. So hopefully we can get that done sooner than later.
Okay.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Good luck, Debbie.
Have fun, Debbie.
Law Director, anything? Thank God. Planning and Zoning, Paul, come on back.
Busy night for Paul.
The first item under our department is a resolution for your consideration imposing a moratorium of 1 year on retail dispensing of medical marijuana within the unincorporated area of the township. Staff is currently studying the issue through zoning and what, if any, text amendments need to be made within our zoning resolution. So we are requesting more time to do that, and there's a resolution for your consideration.
I move to adopt a resolution imposing a moratorium of 1 year on retail dispensing of medical marijuana within the unincorporated territory of Anderson Township.
Second.
Yes.
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 Thank you. The second item is a request regarding the Patterson Road sidewalks. In the last Trails and Walkways plan, the top two priority sidewalks were Markley Road and Patterson. Markley has been engineered and should be bid for construction hopefully later this year, if not early 2019. Patterson Road, we have done some exploratory engineering and have found that the cost is very high, which we suspected all along. So the options are to construct the sidewalk in phases, or Mr. Severs attended a transportation alternatives grant program workshop in March at OKI, and we believe that this sidewalk segment would actually make a good candidate. And the segment that we're referring to is from Blue Crest to Beachmont Avenue, as you know, the huge hill on Patterson. Also, the retaining walls on one side of the road, there are stormwater structures on the other side, well, on both sides. We feel that there is adequate right-of-way space. There are some properties that have limited right-of-way, but we feel that the majority of the right-of-way is there. So we are asking for you to consider allowing staff to apply for this transportation alternatives grant. This would be a 20% match. The engineering estimate for the project was at $904,000 with a 15% contingency. So the township, the local match would be 20%, approximately 181, how these figures are still somewhat flexible until we apply for the grant.
I move to adopt a resolution authorizing grant application to construct Anderson Trails Link on Patterson Road and committing local matching funds.
Second. Yes.
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 Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Lieutenant Guy.
Good evening. I just have one brief item on the agenda in front of you for your consideration. It is a liquor license request. It's a new liquor license for Top Nails Enterprises doing business as Top Nails Salon and Spa, 704030 Beachmont Avenue, Suite F. There are no objections to this. Do you have a question?
No.
I guess you can have wine while you're getting your
He
nails
doesn't
done.
get his
I
nails
don't
done.
understand the
He doesn't get
connection there, but
manicures.
that's okay.
I wouldn't mind a beer while I'm getting my hair cut. I get it.
Can't figure
You got to
it out.
stay competitive. It's
Yes.
competitive business.
We have no objections to the physical location.
Do you have any objectives, Trustee Packard?
That's in the streetscape,
Jeez.
I'm sorry?
that's in the streetscape next to Goodfellows back in there.
No, I believe
No,
this is, oh, yes, it is. Yes,
I
that's
think they
correct.
moved. I think they moved.
Is this the new one on the corner of Beachmont Wolf Angle?
Yes.
Oh, but the one by
Macy's.
Macy's. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
See, I know
that's
that.
I moved not to object to a new liquor license for Top Nails Enterprises, Inc., DBA Top Nail Salon and Spa located at 7430 Beachmont Avenue, Suite F.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garber?
Yes.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you.
So you get-
Public Works, Mark Magna, welcome to the party.
Good evening. First item on the agenda is the acceptance of Edinburgh Court. Edinburgh Court is in the Nordyke Estate subdivision, and you have a motion in front of you to accept it as a township roadway.
I move to support the Hamilton County Engineer's acceptance of the following private street, which lies in the Nordic Estates subdivision as Township Roadways, Edinburgh Court.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Thank you. Next is Chestnut Ridge Drive, which lies in the Estates of Chestnut Ridge subdivision, also accepting a motion to accept it as a township roadway.
I move to support the Hamilton County Engineer's acceptance of the following private street, which lies in the Estates of Chestnut Ridge subdivision as Township Roadway, Chestnut Ridge Drive.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Okay, next on the agenda is a resolution authorizing a intergovernmental purchasing cooperative agreement, which would allow the township to purchase goods, services through the cooperative purchasing system, similar to the state bid process. This is with NCPA, and you have a resolution in front of you for approval. Thank you.
I move to authorize the purchase of equipment, materials, supplies, and services through an intergovernmental purchasing cooperative pursuant to authority of Section 9.48 of the Ohio Revised Code, and authorizing the township administrator to enter into an agreement with said cooperative on behalf of the township as a participating public agency.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Yes.
And last but not least, the Town Center Way Improvement Project, which was bid 2 weeks ago. Attached are the bid results. It was very tight bidding, $8,600, separating both bidders on $1 million is pretty impressive these days.
It is.
Give a motion. We would recommend approval of the project to Abita Construction in the amount stated with a 10% contingency.
That is a pretty tight.
That's very tight. That's like 0.8%.
Are they sharing their numbers or what?
I don't know. They're pretty.
You usually don't see it like that.
Not on $1 million, you don't.
I move that this board hereby accepts the bid of $1,016,144.39 from Adleta Construction, deemed to be the most responsive and responsible bidder for the Town Center Way improvement projects in accordance with the bid plans and specifications, together with a 10% contingency for maximum appropriation of $1,117,288.39 in TIF funds using OPWC loan. Further, this board hereby authorizes and directs the township administrator to give timely notice of award to the contractor and, after consultation with the law director, to enter into contract with Adleta Construction in accordance with their bid for the Town Center Way Improvements Project.
Second. Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mark. Howdy, Chief.
Good evening. We have one item on the agenda, a resolution authorizing purchase of staff vehicle. As the board is aware, and administration, we have a plan to replace one of our vehicles. We have researched GSA and also state bid, and we're able to secure a price at a local dealer, and so we're comfortable with that. In front of you, you should have a resolution, if you so wish to move forward with it.
I move to authorize the purchase of equipment pursuant to Section 505.101 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're up.
Great. We're going to switch order here a little bit. I'm going to take items A through C, and then Mr. Severs and Ms. Parker will follow up. The first item is a limited home rule resolution, which would authorize an agreement with Anderson Community Television to provide public access, provide filming of board meetings, zoning commission meetings, Board of Zoning Appeals meetings, school board meetings, and the other services that ACT currently provides. The agreement would be effective June 1st of 2018 and expire December 31st of 2018 at a cost of $2,500 per month.
I move to adopt a limited home resolution authorizing Township Administrator to enter into public access operating agreement with Anderson Community Television and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. As the board is aware, we have a number of leases that are expiring this year. I bring forward two of those this evening. The first is with Summer Fair Cincinnati. They occupy approximately 1,000 square feet of space in the lower level of Anderson Center. And there is a resolution before you that would authorize a lease agreement from June 1st of 2018 through May 31st of 2021.
I move to authorize the execution of a lease agreement with Summer Fair Cincinnati, Inc.
Second.
Mrs. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garf?
Yes.
Thank you. The next item is also a lease. This is an amendment to our existing rental agreement with Lock Lord LLP. It would be from May 1st of 2018, so this is retroactive, through April 30th of 2021.
I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of Amendment Number 1 to Anderson Center Rental Agreement pursuant to Section 505.11 of the revised code.
Second.
Mrs. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garf?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Severs?
All right, good evening. I have two items for your consideration. First is a follow-up from recommendations from the Anderson Township Comprehensive Plan and efforts to encourage energy efficiency and sustainability. We've been approached by the nonprofit organization Energy Alliance Incorporated to help participate in a program they have to basically promote a couple of programs. One's called the Get Efficient program, another is called Solarize Cincy. These are two efforts that are offered at no cost to residents to have these audits done at their home, and then they could choose to proceed if they so desire with making those improvements at their own expense. This is an agreement that's been proposed to other communities as well, and I think it would be to our benefit to support this and utilize our efforts to make these programs known to our residents. So therefore, there is a resolution for your consideration to allow that execution of an MOU or a Memorandum of Understanding with Greater Cincinnati Energy Alliance for that program.
I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding with the Greater Cincinnati Energy Alliance, Inc., a not-for-profit corporation.
Second.
Mrs. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garf?
Yes.
Thank you. Second item pertains to, basically, this involves professional geotechnical services. As Mr. Magna indicated earlier, we were just awarded a contract on a major project on top of the hill with Town Center Way. We have a number of other projects that we're involved with on an ongoing basis at any given time. The proposal that we have received from Geotechnology Incorporated would be to provide geotech consulting, drilling, environmental, and inspection services to the township. We've utilized these services in the past, and there is a resolution to authorize the execution of a master agreement with Geotechnology for your consideration.
I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a master service agreement with Geotechnology Incorporated.
Second.
Mrs. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garf?
Yes.
As a result of the upcoming retirement of the chief of the township's fire and rescue department, we have a few positions to backfill within that department. One of those is that of assistant chief. I would ask for the board's consideration of a motion, which you should have in your packet, that would authorize an appointment to that position and establish the annual salary. If the board has any questions, I'd be happy to entertain those.
Nope.
Okay.
No question.
I move to appoint Robert Herlinger as Assistant Fire Chief for the Fire and Rescue Department effective August 1st, 2018 for an annual compensation package not to exceed $99,500.
Second.
Mrs. Dunn?
Yes.
Mr. Pappas?
Yes.
Mr. Garf?
Yes.
Did I say 99? I meant 89. I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
Does that matter?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
As I've said on a number of occasions, we're very fortunate that Chief Ober has grown his staff the way he has. We have a lot of very capable people in these positions, and we're excited that we will have Rick as chief and Bob as assistant chief. So congratulations to both.
Yep.
That is all we have for the board this evening.
Okay, our next regularly scheduled board meeting in this room will be June 21st, 2018 at 6 o'clock. Residents can call the township, they can go on our website, they could go to our official social media page if they'd like for more information about what's going on around the township.
What's the phone number?
I think it's 7:08.
688-8400 to confirm.
Right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ms. Stone?
Yes.
Baptist?
Yes.
Yes, thanks, everyone.
Thank you for